1 John 5. And I want to read those verses to start us off today. If you'll stand for the reading of the word. The word is also in your bulletins. Whoever believes that Jesus is the Christ is born of God. And whoever loves the Father loves the child born of him. By this we know that we love the children of God when we love God and observe his commandments. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not burdensome. For whatever is born of God overcomes the world. And this is the victory that has overcome the world, our faith. Who is the one who overcomes the world? But he who believes that Jesus is the Son of God.
Yeah, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Work, 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 work. I wasn't shining, I was just grinding, I was investing the dough. It kinda got hard, I gave it to God, now I'm marble on the floor.
Give every single one of us this dynamic gift, this gift that's so amazing. I mean, this gift that the whole world wants to buy.
Yeah.
But he makes us work for them. Hey! His grind, he makes us feel the pain of the process.
Even though you're in church talking about free at last, he whom the Son sets free is free indeed. You got the right quote, it's just not your experience. To understand, stay with me here, to understand the key to being an overcomer in whatever needs to be overcome in our lives, you have to, watch this, begin to look at Jesus differently. Okay, let me say that again. If you really, really, really want to be an overcomer, prevail, you must begin to look at Jesus differently. Before he ever gets to talking about being an overcomer in chapters 2 and 3, he gives us chapter 1. He begins in chapter 1 of the book of Revelation, verse 1, saying the revelation of Jesus Christ. He says, I'm going to disclose Jesus to you. He says in verse 4, I'm writing to the churches. He takes this look at Jesus in verse 7. Behold, he is coming with clouds. Every eye will see him, even those who pierced him, and all the tribes of the earth will mourn over him. So it shall be, amen. Now watch this. Jesus is talking in verse 8, I am Alpha and Omega, who was, who is, and who is to come, the Almighty. He tells John in verse 11, write a book. John then says in verse 12, I turned to see the voice that was speaking to me, Jesus speaking to him. And having turned, I saw 7 golden lampstands. In the middle of the lampstands, I saw one like a son of man, clothed in a robe reaching to his feet, girded across his chest with a golden sash. His head and his hair were white like white wool, like snow. His eyes were like a flame of fire. His feet were like burnished bronze when it had been made to glow in a furnace. His voice was like the sound of many waters. In his right hand he had 7 stars. Verse 17, when I saw him, I fell at his feet like a dead man. And he placed his right hand on me and said, do not be afraid. I am the first and the last, the living one. If you and I are going to be overcomers in practice, not in principle, you're going to have to see the Jesus that John saw. This is not Jesus meek and mild. This is not Jesus in a manger. No. This is Jesus on fire. He says, like the burning of a furnace. He says when he spoke, it was like the rushing of many waters, like oceans and seas just thundering. And he says, when I saw this Jesus, it knocked a brother off his feet. I fell down like a dead man walking. See, we got this mamby-pamby Jesus. And that's not the overcoming Jesus. Because we really do not understand who Jesus is since his resurrection and ascension. See, when John is writing, Jesus has already died, already rose, and already gone back to heaven. And when he sees this Jesus who's now up in heaven, this Jesus is in charge. This Jesus is controlling the agenda. This is not a feel-good Jesus. This is not a Jesus just patting you on the back, playing patty cake with you. This is not a Jesus who's just kind of just going along to get along. This is the Jesus that knocks you off your feet. And if you're not relating to that Jesus, you're not relating to the overcoming Jesus.
YBMAD, successful elite, and God is the chief. We don't believe in fail. Only time we take a L is at the end of prevail.
And for me, I would say I'd rather have no other way.
The only time we take a L. Got hit.
We pull up like Sunday service. 20 black Suburbans, we pull up like Sunday service. 20 black Suburbans, we pull up like Sunday service. 20 black Suburbans, we pull up like Sunday service. 20 black Suburbans, we pull up like Sunday service. 20 black Suburbans, we pull up like Sunday service.
Thank you, Lord.